the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in here, race fans. Tonight, Tuesday night, that means it is the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series presented by DraftTop.com. Right here to the Gateway Raceway. It's worldwide technology. It's Gateway, race fans. The track has changed the names more times than we have gotten a chance to race here. A great facility located here in the Midwest will play the host to the final round of the Gander Outdoor Trucks for the Draft Top Progression Series. We've started in the street stocks. We went to the super late models. We have been into the ARCA Menards cars. Now this is the third round for us in the Gander Outdoor Truck before we put it away until just next season. Next week, we will head to the Talladega Super Speedway where we get the Xfinity cars out before we do 3 weeks for them, and then we head on to the Cup side of things. So it's going to be a good time for these drivers here tonight, as, like I said, it's the final time they will get to the chance to even drive these trucks till next season. So I hope you're all ready for this. To bring you all the action here tonight, looks like, well, it's myself, Muth, up here in the booth, and alongside me, it's the man who just cracked a good cold one here, Greg O'Berry. Greg, back in action here tonight with these truckers for the final race at Gateway.
Yeah, this track's going to present a lot of challenges that we hadn't seen so far this season across any of the vehicles. You know, shifting in both corners, it's going to cause the trucks to get a lot kind of jacked out of shape, and guys are going to have to stay on top of the wheel to be fast. So it'll be fun to watch.
Couple drivers that already have secured some wins this season. Kyle Wiggins with 3 wins. Cole Day has also notched 3 wins, so they are tied in the win category. Brandon Massey took 1 at the Pocono International Raceway, and Roy Fernandez also took 1 at the Michigan International. So only 4 drivers right now hold wins this season. Kyle Wiggins comes in as the points championship leader over Brandon Massey by 17 points. Then it's Roy Fernandez Lopez sitting 3rd. 20 points out of the championship hunt, and then Cole Day sits 4th with Hunter Reynolds in the 5th position. But it looks like it is time to go qualifying here tonight at the Gateway or Worldwide Technology Raceway, whatever you would prefer. One of the first drivers out onto the speedway here, driving out of Florida, driving the Turn 3 Racing Network, Rise and Grind, Salt Flat, sponsored Chevrolet. You are watching Daryl Cloner come up to speed on the back straightaway. Daryl told me, though, Greg, over this past week, that I'm his favorite person. I don't know how you want to take that.
Hey, coming from a guy driving a neon green truck like that, that's probably not a bad thing, right?
And he's from Florida.
Oh, there you go.
So, I mean, personally, I think, Daryl telling me that, of course, see Daryl's picture down there. He looks like such a great stand-up guy. He is officially going to go onto the clock here tonight. A couple other drivers out there, the DraftTop.com entry number 48. This is Michael Bromley out here driving. He still has the pink numbers on the side of this machine here tonight. So it's good to see him with those numbers. It looks like he didn't like it, what he saw coming out of turn 4, so he'll head back to pit road.
I watched him a good bit in practice, and he was definitely struggling on entry in the corner. And this track, especially with the downshifting, if you don't get entry right, it's going to mess you up in the middle, and a small problem can compound into a big one real fast.
Race fans tuning in here tonight, we understand that there is an issue as we watch the Brandon Feeney entry go around the speedway with the chat here on the YouTube side of things. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we're sorry for the technical difficulties onto the YouTube side of things. We will see if we can work through that as we continue to watch the qualifying here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Right now, you're watching your provisional pole center. The number 6 here, Roy Fernandez Lopez. He's got the good wrench. Do it for Dale, number 6, currently on the top spot. And chasing him, there is the Dirty Mo, number 28. It's Hunter Reynolds. Hunter, remember, he's so used to driving into that second position. Right now, he's even starting to qualify in second. That's a streak I think he would like to break.
Yeah, I don't know that that we've seen anybody else. We talked about it last week. It's been the bridesmaids so often. You got to think eventually he's going to be able to break through and get that win. I mean, but tonight, I'm sure he'll settle for a pole.
Right now, the 65 of Brandon Massey in the old Shed Chevrolet out of Ironton, Ohio, has finished up his qualifying time. He is third quickest with himself. His teammate, old Woodenside Chevrolet 03 of Aaron Davidson, just turned in the fourth quickest time with just about halfway, call about 2 minutes left here into our qualifying session. Now, Big Country Kohlhaas in the Bearded Struggle, all bucked up Chevrolet. He is currently sitting second now, so with the quick time there of 33.93 seconds. Actually tied right now with Fernandez, but Fernandez had qualifying in first.
Got miles on the 40 of Josiah Millen. He's coming through 3 and 4 on his second lap. He laid a 34.09 down on the first one. It was good enough, was 7th, just bumped down to 8. And it looks like that's his fastest lap of the two, as his second lap was a 34.128.
So a good qualifying time there for that driver. Now out onto the track. Driver of the 77 Sim Box Machine. Sim Button Box is on this number 77 of Doug Neal. He is currently 14th quickest on his first lap. We'll see if he's able to pick up the pace here on lap number 2 as he's going to come across the start-finish line. It's going to be good enough. Move him up to the 13th spot now. So that's a little improvement right there, so he'll have a little bit better pit selection. A lot of drivers say that's what they exactly want. They want the pit selection at the end of the day. Maybe don't care where they qualify exactly, but that pit selection is where they want to be.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, though, to hear people talk about that, seeing that this is likely a one-stop race, and you almost wonder why that is that they're so focused on the pit selection here.
I think it depends where you are down on pit lane. There is right there at about the start-finish line. You want to see if you can be right in that area because there is a crosswalk there that jets out onto pit road. And if you're, way down on pit road towards spots 1 and 2, I think following trucks down pit road, you don't see it. It's creeping up on you, and you catch that fence there. That could end your night.
Yeah, that's a bad way to go for sure.
Looks like about 10 seconds left in qualifying. Here's one of the drivers who has finished up. Donald Bennett is 18th quickest. Then, Greg, you know all about not racing in your sim rig. Right now, Donald Bennett having computer issues on his rig, so he is actually on his wife's computer right now racing here tonight. That's pretty much dedication right there for the 31 of Bennett.
Did he ever get his pedals fixed? Because I know he had some issues with that as too. He's just had several issues, one behind the next, for a few weeks now.
No, he has not had those pedals fixed, actually. So he's out there racing with broken pedals and not his rig. So we'll see if he got all his settings calibrated and whatnot. Let's start taking you through your starting lineup here, though. Tonight's qualifying is in the book. Starting lineup set to us tonight by Uncle Tim. This is how they're lined up for the Under the Arc 65 here, presented by DraftTop.com. And it's Aaron Davidson who will lead us to the to the drop of the green flag here. So Davidson takes the pole. Sitting in second is going to be Roy Fernandez in the good wrench number 6 machine. It's Ira Kohlhaas in the Bearded Struggle starting in third. Kyle Wiggins is scheduled to start in the 20 truck in the 4th position. Hunter Reynolds got the 28 Fuel Sim race team scheduled to start 5th tonight. The Old Shed out of Ironton, Ohio, the 65 of Brandon Massey will roll off 6th. Crossland Racing, the 97 of Brandon Crossland, will start into the 7th position. Josiah Millen out of Tompton, Pennsylvania, driving for the Jordan Henn Racing Team. He'll start the number 40 in the 8th position. Shade Mullins got the number 3 on the side of his truck here tonight. He will roll off from the 9th spot. Cole Day in the 99 Rockstar Energy. He will roll off 10th. The wheel team 6B of Tim Combs in the 88. He'll roll off that Mopar Chevrolet in the 11th starting position. The DraftTop.com entry number 48 of Michael Bromley. He'll start in position number 12. 13th on the grid here tonight, driving out of Carolina. It is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for the driver on the 75. This is Quincy Atkins. He'll start 13th. He has a special paint job on his truck here tonight. Driving the Simbox Chevrolet, number 77 of Doug Neal. He'll start 14th. 15th on the grid, the number BV Motorsports, number 83. This is Brandon Feeney out of Ontario, Canada. Starting the Rays Energy Drink 04 in the 16th starting spot. This is Danny Valenzuela. Starting in the 17th spot for the Coast Almost Coast, number 26, this is Darryl Lauder. Keystone Motorsport driver, number 31, the Turn 3 Racing Network entry. The man who's having compounding issues on his rig, it is Donald Bennett. 19th on the grid, driving the Need for Speed Motorsports, number 2, DraftTop.com entry. This is Josh Buckley. Starting in the 20th position, driving out of Las Vegas, driving for the Deeper Darker Dew team, the 38th Vegas Golden Knights entry, Cody Levy. Starting 21st on the grid, final row here tonight, out of the Northwest, this is Jose Mejia, and it is Nathan Mauer. He likes to be called Mower, though, so that's your starting lineup presented by Elmer Tim. So a lap or two here under the pace laps here at Gateway or Worldwide Technology here for under the Arch 65. Racing through the nighttime here tonight, race fans. 65 laps, Greg. It's not a lot of time. You talk about one pit stop, but that's a short amount of racing to go.
Yeah, it should only be just the one stop, about 35 laps or so. Split the race in half. Tires, I think, are going to be the bigger issue here. This track is super hard on the right front, so we'll see who can conserve tires the most and keep themselves in a good spot.
Pace car down and away. 65 laps going to go up on the board here for our timing and scoring as we come into the service side. Green flag. We are racing here under the arch at Gateway. Great start here down into turn number 1 for Aaron Davidson. Everybody is now chasing him through turn 1. There you see, looking off the back, everybody trying to find a home as they're bobbing and weaving. There's Brandon Massey coming up through the field. He'll take the 4th position from his teammate there, Ira Kohlhaas. Roy Fernandez all over the deck lid here of this Aaron Davidson machine. Fernandez going to do it for Dale on a turn 4, but it's not going to be good enough. He's coming back to the start-finish line to lead lap number 1. It is going to be Old Woodside's Aaron Davidson. One of them into the outside fence. Was that Kohlhaas or was that Reynolds there? Or maybe they just got close. Either way, Reynolds took evasive action. Now here comes Millen to the outside. The Jack Daniels number 40 machine not going to be able to get it done. Brandon Crossland, Cole Day almost 3 wide there. One of them going around, 2 of them going around. Oh, one of them involved there. It looks like Feeney got tagged by Valenzuela, but Tim Combs, was around also involved in that.
Yeah, I was watching the back after the back. It looked like somebody kept dragging into the wall or something, but I think it was a connection issue, and then just happened to look at the right time and see the passenger side of the 88 coming at me down the backstretch. That's never a good sign.
Yeah, Tim Combs in the 88 Mopar Chevrolet. Let's watch this back here on Turn 3 Racing Replay. 2 issues in the same exact area. Combs and Feeney going around, and then Danny Valenzuela getting involved in that also.
Shane Mullins got into the wall a little bit ahead of Tim Combs.
Let's see if we can go back here and watch this. When the yellow flag came out, I believe Danny Valenzuela carried an onboard camera there. You see it spinning, and unfortunately Valenzuela, with nowhere to go, got involved with that and heavy front left damage to that Rays Energy Drink 04 machine. So Valenzuela, the season hasn't been what Valenzuela has wanted. Now is just going to be behind the 8 ball even more. So caution flag number 1 flying here. Aaron Davidson, who qualified on the pole, was able to hold off that charge there by the 6th Roy Fernandez. And working this caution flag, a lot of drivers here, Greg, not coming down here. They just didn't turn enough laps to really do anything for them.
Yeah, I think they were still trying to get the heat in the tires there. There's really no point to come in. If you're at the very back, I guess you don't really have anything to lose, so to speak. But, anybody at the top half of the field for sure, there's no reason to come down here at this point.
Yeah, it looks like Feeney, though, does come down pit road along with Valenzuela, so both those drivers will pit. They're shown 21st and 22nd on the grid.
something to keep a watch on, though. You know, we talked about, I mentioned it at the top of the broadcast of downshifting into the corner. It's going to upset the trucks a little bit. It looked like both guys there, Tim Combs and Brandon Feeney, as they downshifted and went to get back into the throttle, it just stepped out on them, and it was, you know, cold tires. Just the truck's not going to hook up, and guys really got to treat that gas pedal like it's got an eggshell underneath of it.
Yeah, I think for a little bit that's going to be something we're going to have to watch for these drivers here tonight. Maybe some of them also not getting as much time in the practice session. I think Danny Valenzuela jumped in here a little bit late and then started his stream up right away. And, you know, he wasn't one of the ones that were spinning, but he was involved in that. You know, Feeney, he was in here for a little while, and Combs, he actually had a ton of practice in that Mopar 88, so pretty interesting to see him go around, and it looks like he's actually going to come right back down pit road in that Mopar Chevrolet, so he'll tag the rear of the field here, but I believe the lights, no, lights are going to stay on the pace car, so we'll go around one more time, and while we go around, race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight to watch the Draft Top Progression Series presented by Salt Flat Racing. We got to thank you, and also, while you're here, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button, hit the notification bell, get a notification anytime we go live on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's KR Stolfus, Chris Legoo, Rick Hammond, David Worrell, or the new guy, Al Smith, or of course, us up here in the booth tonight, Youth up here alongside me. I got Greg O'Berry with me tonight, calling the race here for the Draft Top Progression Series. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in here to watch some great racing action on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And what else would you like to see other than some tailgaters on a Tuesday night racing under the lights? And I guess you want to call this, it's a short track. At the end of the day, it's a short, tight little track.
Well, it does race like a short track, especially in the corners. You know, it's very much a one-groove track. But I got to stick to my guns, man. If it's over a mile, it's not a short track, and this is about 1.25 miles. So
yeah,
I have to disagree with you there.
It is one of those oddly, I mean, either racetracks are a mile, a half mile, a 3/8 mile, a mile and a half, 2 miles, and this one just kind of odd.
Yeah, it drives like a short track. But not, you know, obviously the distance is longer, kind of like a New Hampshire and a Dover. You know, they're both a mile track, but Dover not so much. But especially New Hampshire, it very much races like a short track.
Yeah, but you can get a huge run, a lot of draft down the back straightaway, especially with that new Cup car package, or even if you, I know you're not from, well, you are kind of from the Northeast here, the Mid-Atlantic area, but if you ever get a chance to go up to New Hampshire to actually watch, like, the modifieds race up there, those boys, the draft really plays a big factor with those open-wheel cars.
Yeah, I would love to get to go watch the mods race up there. I watch that whenever they're on TV when they, the Cup guys typically go race at New Hampshire.
Now, you're a little bit closer to the Martinsville area. Have you ever got to Martinsville to watch the modifieds that just started going back to Martinsville recently?
I have not. I've not been able to make it down there. Every time I've tried to either hit the mods or the big late model race in October, something has come up. So I think this year COVID's going to keep me from getting down there, but maybe we'll get down there next year.
That's on the bucket list, that is for sure. That, along with the Martinsville night race. But, you know, we're here tonight at the Worldwide Technology Raceway, where they still do race the Gander Outdoor trucks here. I believe Ross Chastain was the winner last year in the Gander's Outdoor Truck Series. I wonder who's going to win this one. Right now, it's Aaron Davidson with Roy Fernandez out front, Kyle Wiggins, Brandon Massey, Ira Kohlhaas round out the top 5, as now the iRacing pace car lights do officially go out here tonight, so we will go back racing with 8 laps officially in the books. All drivers are still out onto the speedway. So nobody out of this event, just a 2-car spin with 1 involved. So 3 drivers total bringing out the caution flag here on lap number 2 tonight. We're seeing these guys get back up. The air pressure is going to be jacked up just a little bit, so maybe this restart we're going to see some really good racing. Aaron Davidson, though, looking like he wants to scoot away when we go back racing.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my eyes on Ira Kohlhaas in the 29, starting their 5th. He, I don't know if he spun the tires or just, you know, what his issue was, but he had a little bit of a problem on the initial start. Checked up the bottom, the inside line a good bit, and be good to see he's got that figured out here this time.
So we're coming back into the service side green flag area so they can wave the green flag and go back racing here at Gateway. Remember, nobody elected to come down pit road here, so we are still on the original tires when we take this green flag, as we will head down into turn number 1 here, waiting on the service side green flag, and it is back in the air, and we will race down to turn number 1. Great start by the front 2. They will pull away just a little bit over Massey and Wiggins by the time we get to turn number 1. one. Let's see who's going to come out of turn number one, having the race lead. It looks like Aaron Davidson right now looking like he could take the race lead out of turn two, and he will. They're going to see the wild. The first 6 positions here down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Kyle Wiggins hooked the bottom two, went into really well there. I thought he was going to be able to give a run to Fernandez in the 6 out of 2, but not able to do it as Aaron Davidson clips the apron coming into turn 3, gets a little sideways, but he's able to keep it together, and they're off turn 4 single file.
They're single file, but right now it's the Millen and the number 29 Ivan Volhas that are battling side by side. 2 of the dirt racers in the field here tonight. They do like to run here at these shorter tracks where you really need to put a lot of wheel into the car. 2 of the dirt track racers that race on Thursday night battling. It looks like Millen, for the time being, will take the advantage down the back straightaway. Now they single file out all the way back to, I believe that's the 12th position where Cody Levitt is, and he is battling with Mullins. Cody Levitt with a brand new paint scheme on this Gander Outdoor truck. It's I am gonna guess it's not 100% completely finished. That's Doug Neal into that zip box, front box machine. Almost got into the outside fence there coming out of turn 4. So that will allow Michael Bromley in the DraftTop.com entry to work the inside of turn 1.
Bromley's struggling there on the injury pretty hard. Almost looped it around getting into turn 1 there. It's going to keep doing them side by side down the back into turn 3. We'll see how Bromley handles the entrance of 3 here.
Oh, looks like Neal has a little bit of issues. He goes up the track in turn number 3, so Bromley will scoop by down on the bottom, and now here comes the 3. That is Mullins behind him, and he's got Maurer lined up behind him yet, too. So let's see as, Shane Mullins does have a lot of bed damage to that number 3. I didn't catch that before. I think you said that, but I didn't catch it as he almost catches the rear of Cody Levitt down there into the corner.
Yeah, he brushed the wall a good bit to start that initial caution, but I didn't think he got into it quite that hard. That looks like some pretty substantial damage.
We'll have to see if that side force on that number 3 Chevrolet plays a lot of factors into this one. Quincy Atkins is back here, and that is a good-looking paint scheme if you haven't caught that one yet tonight, Craig. The 75 of Quincy Atkins back here in the 15th position. He said tonight, you know, probably an hour before the race, he messaged me and goes, hey, do you have your logo? I'd like to do something with it. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I sent it to him, and he said he'd rather paint than practice because he doesn't like this track. And it shows back in 15th.
Yeah, but you'd think, that wonderful image on the hood of that truck would give him a few extra horsepower, counts of downforce or something.
Well, he was able to win at, oh man, I can't recall what it was in the IROC race the other week, Kansas. After I sent him that package of View from the Booths koozies and stickers and whatnot, he was able to park it in victory lane. I think that was definitely at least 5 horsepower. As somebody's down on pit road
Kyle
here,
Wiggins.
it looks like Wiggins. This is an unscheduled stop here for Kyle Wiggins.
He actually pulled down onto the access road coming down the front stretch. I believe he's got some connection, connection issues for the 20 truck. So he's just being a gentleman driver and kind of getting out of the way. And I think he's just going to sit here and ride, see if he can't get his stuff sorted out.
Such a shame for the driver of the 20 Busch Light machine. He is the championship leader coming in.
He actually was black flagged. Not quite sure why, but he was black flagged.
Oh, that's a rough one. See if we can get a confirmation on that. But there is a race for the race lead and almost contact between the two. Roy Fernandez was trying to go to the inside there, but wasn't able to. As that, he's going to lose a lot of momentum there on that move down to the inside, as Davidson's going to be able to hang on. So Davidson will come back around here. He continues to lead. We have not had anybody else lead tonight. As the black flag penalty actually for Kyle Wiggins, I'm getting reports from the iRacing officials that it was for the blinking issues out there on track. Unsafe blinking, so Wiggins black flag put the pit road for the time being to see if he can sort that connection issue out, but we still have the battle for the race lead here on lap number 15.
Yeah, I was talking to Roy Fernandez before the race started. A couple different guys were chatting it up, and they all seem to think that the top 5 guys that we have here, Davidson, Fernandez, Massey, Reynolds, and Day, were going to be the 5 to beat. I believe they were the 5 fastest in practice, and so far they have been on it. The top 4 a little closer together. There's about another second back between 4th and 5th to Cole, but he's still coming.
It'll only be a matter of time as we ride on board here with the Roy Fernandez machine on our Turn 3 Racing onboard camera tonight. As you see, Roy Fernandez looks like he's maybe just a little bit faster. It's just a one-groove track. He said it earlier, a one-groove track. This time he has a great run down out of turn 4. He'll get right to the back bumper of Aaron Davidson, push him at the start-finish line. Release going into turn 1. Let Davidson drive it off. Look at Davidson really try and hang on to that old wooden side machine. He is all sorts of out of shape. It looks like the rear tires are starting to give up on Aaron Davidson.
Well, it's just a matter of time here. Roy is putting the pressure on him. He knows that Davidson is feeling it, and you can see it. This is the third corner in a row now I've watched. Aaron has just drove it so far deep into the corner, and Roy has been very disciplined. He's not trying to chase the 03 in front of him into the corner. He's letting it ride, and he's getting that huge run out and down the straightaway. Here he goes looking to the inside, and he's going to pull back in behind it.
Yeah, just showing the nose there to Aaron Davidson to let him know that he is there, because Brandon Massey is actually coming. And just, I believe it was last week, if you remember back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway here, as Roy Fernandez peeks down to the inside, going down the back straightaway. He should have the advantage here on this bottom groove in turn 3. Aaron Davidson can really pinch him down. Fernandez is going to hit the rumble strips there. So really tight quarters racing. Remember, just last week, these top three you see right here, Fernandez, Davidson, and Massey, they all were involved in a little bit of a scuffle in the tri-oval that took out Aaron Davidson and Brandon Massey. Look at them. They're literally leading on each other down in turn number 1. Contact out of 2.
Contact. Man, these guys are almost wrecked there.
Almost turned him down the back straightaway. Was the driver of the 03. Now Fernandez looks like he has rear end damage. He's going to sail it off in the corner, almost get into the back of the 03. So tempers are hot here on lap 19.
See the anger in that 6 truck. He dove it in so hard in the 3 there. You can't help but wonder if maybe he was just trying to, if he could get to him, maybe send him up the tracker for a little bit of a ride there.
Fernandez going to go to the inside, and Davidson going to block that attempt there down into 1. Now new player involved here. Here comes Hunter Reynolds. Yeah, he came out of nowhere down the back straightaway last time. Remember when everybody was all sorts of out of shape? Even Brandon Massey now has damage, I think, on that old shed machine. I'm not quite sure where he got the left rear damage, but there's damage on the 65 of Brandon Massey also.
You're talking about tires giving up. I don't think tires giving up here. Not as hard as these guys are racing.
Coming to complete lap number 20, still Aaron Davidson out front here tonight as we continue to watch this battle for the top 4 positions. Ira Kohlhaas is hanging on the 5th with Cole Day back there in 6th, and Brandon Crossan having himself a great run. He is in 7th right now. I did see somebody, I think, come down pit road there. I believe that was Brandon Feeney back down pit road, but he's back out on the racetrack along with Kyle Wiggins. He was back out on track for just a brief moment. Now he's back down on pit road.
Yeah, Wiggins is parking for the night. It's just not a stable enough connection. He was black flag the second time and parking for the night.
Championship leader coming into the night and getting closer to the halfway point for this one, about 10 laps away from the halfway. But the question mark looming in the air now here on lap number 22. When will the round of pit stops start? Because these drivers not only at the front of the field are racing hard, but as we look back here deeper into the field, you see Nathan Maurer. He's holding on to 11 right now. Remember, Josiah Millen was up inside the top 10. He has now fallen outside the top 10, running into the 11th position. And even farther back, his teammate, Donald Bennett, is under pressure because here comes Josh Buckley. Buckley was way down the practice charts here tonight. He's currently running into the 15th position. He is up, looks like about 4 positions from where he started tonight, running into the 15th position now.
Still got my eyes up here on the leader. Brandon Massey gets around Hunter for the 3rd place. And it looks like your leaders, Davidson and Fernandez, have kind of calmed it down just a little bit. Davidson holding about a 1 to 2 truck lead as we go.
It looks like Fernandez once again going to get a great run out of turn number 4. Will he dive down to the bottom? It doesn't look like quite a good enough run to get him into turn number 1. So he'll continue to just kind of ride behind the Aaron Davidson machine. Fernandez, I think, has the stronger truck out of turn 4, but Aaron Davidson has the better truck coming out of turn number 2. So they're kind of just even right now.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Gateway, Worldwide Technology Speedway, the turns are different radiuses, similar to Darlington. I believe it's 3 and 4 is a little bit wider, 1 and 2 are narrower, so that would explain why one truck has got a better run through the center of one end versus the other guy has it on the other end. It's driving style, and they've each figured out which one suits their characteristics better.
Coming down pit road now, I believe pit cycles will start here on lap 25 because there's a slew of drivers. Cole Day, Brandon Crossland, Jordan Levitt, Josiah Millen all going to come down here on lap 25. Shane Mullins also on the pit road, so I expect 4 tires and fuel here as it looks like Brandon Massey will now bring the VIP Graphics Old Shed entry to pit road. He was in the 3rd position when he decided to peel off onto pit road. He's the first one out of the top 5 to come down onto pit road. Looks like Davidson has been able to open up a little bit of a gap now over Fernandez, but neither of them have elected to come to pit road. Now is it going to be Aaron Davidson coming to pit road? It is not. Will Fernandez peek down pit road? It looks like both of your top 2 drivers will stay out along with Hunter Reynolds. So your top 3 are going to continue on. Donald Bennett also down on pit road in the 31 machine. So a couple drivers still taking the advantage of the short pit. A couple of these drivers maybe think they can get a little bit closer to that halfway marker before coming down pit road. Kohlhaas is down.
Fernandez on the inside of Davidson here into turn 1. He's looking down there and not able to get up beside him, so he'll fall back in single file as they come out of turn 2 here. You got to think one of them may be coming in to pit. Actually, there you go. Aaron Davidson just called out. He's headed to pit road here.
So he's going to come, and so is the 6 of Fernandez. So is Hunter Reynolds. Real slow entry for Aaron Davidson. It checks up Fernandez. It looks like Fernandez was going to race him to the access road and then go single file, but now those 3 will come to pit road. And Michael Bromley will stay out, so Michael Bromley will take over the race lead here on lap 27. So far, it looks like no pit road penalties. Actually, I lied. Danny Valenzuela popped for too fast entering pit road in the Raze Energy Drink 04 machine.
Yeah, that access road can be a little misleading. There's no speed limit on it, but you guys can get a little carried away trying to get to the cone and just overrun it just a little bit too fast there.
Taking a look, that's the 65 of Brandon Massey there. That's coming up on the drafttop.com machine. That will put him back onto, I believe. Oh, look at Bromley through the grass on the access road. That driver is out there digging. He almost yeeted himself straight up into the track there.
Watching the race for the lead here, following Brandon Massey. He's in the center of 1 and 2 here as our previous top 3 are exiting pit road now. They're going to come out about, we'll call it a quarter straightaway ahead of Brandon Massey here. So they didn't quite give up as much time as I thought they did on entry.
Yeah, but they come out still running all nose to tail with each other. I mean, your top 5 are all kind of right there still. Oh, one of them going to lose it. I believe that's Hunter Reynolds. He's going to go around. Caution flag on the speedway. Millen's going to scrape the wall. So that's going to throw the monkey wrench into the plans here. Hunter Reynolds going to go for a spin, bringing out the second caution flag of the night, but I believe the 28, he's going to roll away with, if any damage, maybe the splitter. Maybe Millen caught the splitter of that 28, but I don't even think he got that. Right when I believe Josh Buckley was just leaving pit road, too, so we'll see how far he was out. This is going to really jumble up the running order because you see Atkins and Combs and Mejia, Feeney, Valenzuela, they had yet to pit. Now the question is, if you were on pit road, do you come back down pit road?
Yeah, looking at the 40, Josiah Millen has got some pretty substantial front end damage. I think Hunter's going to get away okay, but Josiah does have some pretty significant damage on the front end of that 40 Jack Daniel Chevrolet.
You see the replay, yeah, Millen, oh yeah, there was contact though with Reynolds and Millen when Millen tried to squeeze through that little bit of a hole. Let's see, Millen is going to come to pit road in his Jack Daniels number 40. Yeah, there's a ton of damage on that right-hand side. Left front of that truck also jacked up just a little bit. So as he comes to pit road, a lot of drivers look like they actually stayed out here.
So I'm looking at, we're looking at the top 5 here, still have yet to pit, and they all elected to stay out. I know Quincy's usually the guy that tries to play different pit strategy. Actually, he just called himself to pit road here under caution, so forget what I just said.
I think that sticker on the hood may have gave him a little bit of luck there. Maybe he rubbed the top of that sticker, you know, the old bald head up top there, and that gave him the race lead here. Perfectly played for the 75 of Quincy Atkins. He will lead a couple of them down pit road now. Looks like, actually, some of them actually even going to stay out. Jose Mejia is going to stay out. He was just down on pit road. It looks like it was lap 5. So an interesting strategy by Jose Mejia.
Yeah, not sure what he's thinking here. He can't make it. Even after stopping on lap 5, he's still not able to make it on fuel. But I think everybody else who had just pit will be able to. So not sure why he's... at some point, you know, you got to just take your medicine and try to dig back up and make the best out of it you can.
Well, while we're here under this caution flag, race fans, we got to pay a bill real quick. We'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network to bring you more racing action for the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series under the Arch 65 right here from the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Welcome back, race fans, here to the Worldwide Technology Raceway, otherwise known as Gateway. You see the arch right there off into the distance from the racetrack. These drivers all racing under the arch tonight, as we are calling it. As there you see, he was your race leader when we stepped away for the commercial break. He is no longer your race leader. That is Jose Mejia. He came down pit road. That turned things over to another driver that hasn't pitted yet. The last time he was down was on lap 6. Brandon Feeney's now out there leading the field.
Yeah, he was involved in that initial crash that we had on lap 2. Kind of the same thing with Jose Mejia staying out. Looked like Mejia stayed out just to get that 1 point for leading the lap. I wonder if that's what Feeney's doing here.
Not sure. Let's see if Feeney comes down to pit road. He looks like he's going to keep the Miller Genuine Draft Ford F-150 out onto the speedway. A couple drivers right now trying to get a wave around out there. It looks like Donald Bennett is out in front of the race leader along with Shane Mullins and Josh Buckley. Buckley, remember, was just down on pit road when that caution flag came out, so he is going to try and take the wave around real quick and join the rear of the field.
Looked like several guys at the back of the pack came in to top off right there, so they must be thinking they're right on the money for fuel. Tim Combs and a group of others came down. Tim, the 38, Cody Levitt, Josiah in the 40. I believe it was one more as well.
I think that's the 26 of Darrell Clauder coming down pit road.
Yep, I saw him as well, yep.
So that means with those drivers hitting, they will take the back of the field here, and will be Brandon Feeney leading us back to pit road with Aaron Davidson, Roy Fernandez Lopez, Ira Kohlhaas, Brandon Massey, Brandon Crossland, Nathan Maurer, Cole Day, Quincy Atkins, and Danny Valenzuela all round out your top 10 here when we go back to the green flag racing. Over the halfway point home in this one, so it's just going to be a quick another stint here to the end of this race at Gateway.
This old tires on the 83 is going to make for an exciting restart here. We'll see how big a difference the new tires make. Could be exciting going into turn 1.
So iRacing.com Mustang will pull it down onto pit road, and we will get back to the green flag racing for all you race fans tuning in here tonight. We really appreciate the support and viewership we have as the green flag, service-side green flag, is back into the air here at Gateway, and we're racing once again, and a great start by the O3 of Aaron Davidson. Roy Fernandez stuck down on the bottom. He cannot get around the slower used-up tires of Brandon Feeney. There goes Kohlhaas. He's actually going to shoot. Oh, boy. Fernandez had to hit the hooks there.
Yeah, that looks suspect in the whole restart. I know the 83 had on tires there, but I almost wonder if Davidson might have fired off just a little too soon. Waiting to hear from race control if they're going to look at it or not.
right now as we come back to lead, or finish the first lap back to green flag. It's going to be Aaron Davidson, Ira Kohlhaas, Brandon Crossan. He got shot out of a rocket on that outside groove, and he now is up into the 3rd position.
Look at Cole Day's making some ground up here, up to 4th, but you know the big loser there was Ward Fernandez.
Oh, somebody going around. Quincy Atkins hard into the outside wall. Danny Valenzuela, Cody Levitt, Doug Neal, Brandon Feeney, and one of them is backwards back here. That is going to be the DraftTop.com 48 of Brandon Feeney, or that is actually Michael Bromley. Brandon Feeney was involved in that one. That'll bring out the second caution flag here of the evening. Go back and see what happened here out of turn number 2.
Yeah, it looks like most guys got through there with relatively minor damage.
There we have Brandon Feeney. We saw it on screen, but let's see if we can go back and catch it once again. Quincy Atkins and Brandon Feeney made the contact and nowhere to go. Cody Levitt, nowhere to go. Danny Valenzuela, hard contact with that Raise Energy drink machine. I think his night may be headed to the shed after that one. There you saw it. Looks like maybe Feeney was coming down and Atkins was going up.
Yeah, Quincy actually told race control that he cleared himself there, and I just got a little impatient waiting on the spotter. Unfortunate, sets that off and puts a damper in a lot of guys' nights there.
On board with Cody Levitt. That's what he saw down onto the grass. I don't think Cody Levitt's actually too bad, as I believe that Chevrolet is going to be able to come out of there pretty unscathed. Just a trip down onto the grass for the 38 of Cody Levitt.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit of damage there. Actually, no, he didn't. You're right. He just slid through the grass there, so I think he'll be fine.
That's a rough one for a lot of these drivers. Doug Neal was also back there and got involved in that one.
But here's the crazy thing that I just realized. Brandon Crossan is now the leader.
That's because I'm not sure.
Okay. Aaron Davidson, let's see, Davidson, Cole Haas, Cole Day, and Fernandez all came down pit road there, and Crossan stayed out.
So we missed that while we watched the replay there for what happened on lap 36. Now everybody else is going to come down pit road here. Quincy Atkins, Jose Mejia, Doug Neal, Josh Buckley, a slew of other drivers will now come back down pit road.
Tell you a guy that is definitely going to cash in here, Tim Combs. He came down just on the 1 to go lap. That last caution topped off, and he is going to restart. Looks like P2. That's where he's going to sit at right now.
Yeah, but the question is, how much fuel does a Mopar Chevrolet actually consume out here on the track?
Somewhere between a little and a lot, but honestly, who knows? He's got a Dodge engine and a Chevrolet truck. I mean, there's no telling what that thing's doing.
Usually you see the Chevrolet motor in the Dodge truck. I mean, I'm still baffled by the combination here.
Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe he'll finish top 3. We can ask him about it here in a few minutes.
Well, while we're sitting here under the caution flag, maybe we can get a quick word in with a driver. Let's see if he's still at the reins of this 06 or the 04 Raise Energy drink machine. Danny Valenzuela, you got a copy. It's the guys up here in the booth.
Yeah, how's it going, Roger?
Well, I can already hear it in the voice, Danny. It sounds like we're doing better than you. What did you see out there on track, and how much damage is done to this Apollo machine?
We had a minute required. We're sitting on 6 minutes of optionals at this point. We'd just gotten the truck straightened out from our catching somebody earlier in the race. What was it, like lap 2 or 3 or whatever? We collected into somebody. Just got the car straightened out, and then 2 guys just decided to drive into each other coming out of 2 and collected us with them. Gave us, like I say, about 8 minutes of repairs that we got to do to this truck, and hopefully we'll get back out on track and just turn a few laps here at the end.
Yeah, it looks like you're possibly able to pick up a couple positions if you are going to get that Raise Energy drink machine out there. Danny, are you out there streaming your point of view tonight?
Yep, we're out here letting everybody see the view from the back of the field.
Well, Danny, where are you streaming at? Let all these guys know where they can find the old El Burrito.
El Burrito is at Famous by Morning at Twitch. So come on over, give it a check out, and then make sure you're not missing out anything on the broadcast there with Roger either.
Well, Danny, good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully, well, looks like you're pulling away with that machine right now.
Yeah, we're just going to pull it out there, turn a couple laps, see if we can't pick up a couple spots just by virtue of being on track right now.
Well, Danny, good luck the rest of the way, and hopefully you can get those damages fixed to that 04 machine and back out onto the raceway.
Thank you.
Race fans, I want you to go over right now to Twitch. Don't forget to come back, but I want you to go over to Twitch, type in Famous by Morning, and find Danny's point of view on iRacing.com over there. And I want you to just blow his chat up real quick, and then come on back. I think it's a fair choice, right, Greg? Everybody needs to love that beautiful Rays Energy Drink Apollo machine.
I will say, race fans, do not feel like you are distracting him or causing any nuisance whatsoever. We can look at his truck, and I can guarantee you, you are not going to be hurting anything.
Or at least that he already hasn't hurt.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But we are working the caution flag still, but the iRacing pace truck lights are off. I believe we do have one driver out of this event now, and it is going to be Michael Bromley. Bromley, tough break out there.
Yeah, we had a pretty fast truck there too. It's unfortunate, but you know, these abnormal length tracks like the 1 to 1.5 mile tracks, they always throw everybody for a loop.
Greg, I think he was listening in on the broadcast with us debating that a little while ago.
Yeah, he's just had to get in here, you know, give us a little shot there.
And throw that little bit of a jab there.
I've got the broadcast on, but it is muted, unfortunately. A lot of sounds to listen to tonight as everybody's around.
Well, it looks like we're coming back here into the surface side green flag area. Bromley more than welcome to hang back around here. It's going to be 24 laps to go here with Eric Davidson leading us back to green flag. And Greg, he took no time in waiting to take that lead back over Tim Combs down into turn number 1.
Yeah, yet another suspect start, though, at least in my eyes. I know before Brandon Finney had those really old tires, but Tim Combs is here on 1 lap older tires, and it looked like he just didn't go. So far, everybody's clean. Side by side from 4th there with Ira and Brandon Massey. Now Ira Kohlhaas is going to pull the inside of Tim Combs and develop 3 and 4.
Yeah, he touched the apron just a little bit there in that bearded struggle number 29, and look who's just chasing him down the back straightaway now on turn number 4. That's the number 6. Remember, Fernandez was battling for the race lead the whole first half of this one. Now he's kind of buried back in traffic. We're going to see if he's able to work his way back through this field. Ira Kohlhaas sideways out of 2. Fernandez going to get involved. Massey's going to be involved. Millen down onto the grass there. A bunch of them going to get involved here with 23 laps to go. It will bring out the 4th caution flag of the evening. Cody Levitt looks like he goes for another ride, but it still looks like that 38. It's got some clean fenders on it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you know, Fernandez is going to have to start, he's going to have to go. And, you know, the patience is going to run up a little bit. And I don't think he did anything wrong there, but I think a sense of urgency may have helped contribute to that, just in the not wanting to give a whole lot.
Well, let's take the quick look back here on the Turn 3 Racing replay. Let's see if we can catch it there. You see Kohlhaas lost the handle on that 29, and then it was on. Saw Fernandez turn the 29, know where he was going to go after Kohlhaas broke the traction. Kohlhaas up into Brandon Massey, and then Millen was right there, Levitt, and I think a couple others. We'll have to watch it back here a couple times to find out who all was exactly. Let's watch this slow motion. There you see the contact between the 29. There you see the 65 is involved. Josiah Millen follows the 6, and Millen looked like Levitt just locked up his tires. That's where he gets involved. I think that's the 71 of Nathan Maurer down through the grass also to try and avoid this one.
Looked like Cody might have a little bit of right front damage there. Actually, no, it's pretty squared up. He did take a little bit of a shot to the right front corner, but truck looks fine.
So a handful of drivers, it looks like Lopez, Millen, Maurer, Massey, and Kohlhaas all definitely having some damage of sorts involved in this one. Have to see if they can get back out onto the raceway here and where they will be lined up with just 21 laps to go. in this one for the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series right here on your Turn 3 Racing Network. We do appreciate, once again, everybody for tuning in here tonight. But Greg, I think, or even Bromley, I think the strategies here going forward, do you think track position is going to be the key factor in this one at the end?
Yeah. So right now it seems that the issue is when the trucks are braking, that front splitter looks to be making contact with the racing surface. So I think it's kind of breaking that grip that the tires are getting onto the track, and that's why you see people when they get onto the brakes, they're just losing control. So I definitely think having clean air in front of you is a lot better than having a bumper in front of you and behind you. But it's all gonna be keeping it as clean as possible, because I don't think we're out of the woods when it comes to cautions just yet. Cautions breed cautions, and as the laps wind down, the urgency goes up, like Greg said earlier. So it is definitely something that is going to be exciting from here on out.
Now, Greg, I do notice here under this caution flag, we're riding on board with Aaron Davidson. He is pretty much coasting this 03 machine around the speedway. They came down, a lot of these drivers, about 25 laps to 27 laps, whereas a lot of these drivers were kind of judging themselves, possibly maybe able to make it to that 30-ish mark. Do you think fuel consumption right now, fuel conservative mode, has kicked in for a lot of these drivers?
Yeah, I think everybody is definitely got that in the back of their mind. Looks like Cold Day may be coming in here to top off. Maybe not. Okay, but the reason I say that, I don't know what the numbers are for the fuel economy here, but to see Tim Combs and a couple other guys a couple cautions ago came in on that lap before we went back green to top off, that tells me that they all think, hey, we're right on the number if we can get a little insurance. But guys like Davidson and Cold Day up at the top two, they didn't come in and do that, so they very well may be maybe a little short, just trying to save enough to get them there. And something to keep in mind, we've seen a lot of cautions here the last few laps. Overtime, does everybody have enough fuel for that too?
Yeah, Tim Combs did come down there to top off right before we went back race. That's why he's up here inside the top three.
Definitely. It looks like from about P10 on back is going to be aggressive with the fuel, and I don't think they'll be saving very much, because that's where the pit cycle happened for this pit cycle. But the top 9, I definitely think will be going into fuel conservation mode, especially those front 4. They have been out there for about 2 extra laps than the rest of the field behind them back to P9. So you're definitely going to see strategy come into play, and as Greg said, that dreaded green-white checker overtime, that can come back to bite you in the butt, because it's not just those 3 laps, it's the caution laps leading up to it. So it will definitely be interesting.
We'll have to see where everybody lines up here. It looks like we're pretty solid now. And guys, take a quick peek. Look who is running inside the top 10 for the first time here tonight. He kind of hung out towards the back, and now it looks like Josh Buckley is going to restart this race, running just there in that 6th position. Greg, you talked to him just like I did before the race. He said Gateway, yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to see him there. And again, part of it is a little bit of luck being on his side. He's managed to avoid the accidents, keep a clean truck. Several guys said that before the race. The key to tonight is keep the 4 corners on it, keep it pointed in the right direction. If you can have a clean truck at the end of the race, you're going to have a shot at it. And we see that now with Josh. He's not a big fan of this track. He doesn't like it. He's quite honestly struggled with speed in practice. And here he finds himself with less than 20 to go, sitting P6, giving himself a shot.
Another one of those drivers that's having himself an attaboy night, Donald Bennett out of the Keystone Motorsports stable. Has the pedal issues already with his wheel and pedal setup. And then he also has the computer issue. So right now he is racing off his wife's rig. So he kind of moved everything over in the office and slid his rig underneath hers. And that just sounded completely wrong. But right now Bennett is up into this 10th position.
Yeah, that guy's definitely the one of overcoming the most adversity here this season. Different issues that he's had, and still coming out to take part in the series. It's good to see guys that dedicated.
Looks like the EOL penalty will go to the driver of the 06, so Roy Fernandez, a truck that had a lot of speed here in this early going. He will start shotgun to the field here as we come back into the surface side green flag zone. and then we will go back racing here with just a handful of laps. It looks like about 17 laps to go when we take the server side green flag as they are back under power. Looks like Valenzuela's motor going to expire right as the green flag drops.
I believe that's going to throw the caution right back out. We're not even going to get started here.
So unfortunately, Valenzuela's motor expiring on that Raise Energy Drink Apollo 04 Toyota puts us right back under the caution flag here tonight at Worldwide Technology. Bromley, your night's over, and now it looks like somebody else is going to join you down there.
Yeah, no, I'm at the, they have a concession stand here on the infield, and they've got delicious hot dogs. I'm not eating the buns. I'm doing a little bit of a low-carb kick, but hot dogs and mustard, man, they are great down here. So definitely order one for my buddy Danny over there, and we'll have a good old time. Maybe even a White Claw or two.
Well, I think Danny's out there drinking those Raise Energy drinks, so he'll be up all night wrenching on that Raise Energy Toyota to get it back up and running. Race fans, do you need what keeps the Turn 3 Racing Network running here? Well, we rely on Raise Energy. Head on over to repsports.com, click on the Raise Energy tab, and on checkout, make sure you type in UTWRX to get yourself 10% discount on your checkout and get pumped up. It's hydrating, it's refreshing, and it will keep you focused like these drivers are here tonight at Worldwide Technology. And race fans, once you get your Raise Energy, you can also head on over to drafttop.com, order yourself up one of those draft tops, and you can drink topless like Michael Bromley and a lot of these other drivers. That's how they drink their Raise Energy, topless.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than enjoying a nice beverage topless, Roger.
Well, while we're under this caution flag, though, race fans, we're going to step away for just a moment here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We'll be back with more of the action for the Draft Top Progression Series. Tonight, it's the Under the Arc 65 here for the Worldwide Technology Race World.
Simulated race. Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series, and work your way up to one of 7 world championships offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the worldwide technology of raceway for the DraftTop.com Progression Series. Here for Under the Harder 65, we're closing in on the end of this one. We will fire these bad boys off with just 12 laps to go, actually, in this one. Greg, it's been a great race so far to this point, but the fat lady has not sung yet.
No, she hasn't, and to be quite honest, I'm not even sure she's warming up the pipes yet. We've got 12 laps. That's plenty of time for some more excitement with these guys to get going here. But hey, real quick before we get back going, let's give another attaboy to the 71 and 8 mile. Started 22nd. He's navigated through a couple different landmines, and he's sitting there 4th. Keep it clean, got a shot at the end. Yet another guy that's trying to keep himself in position.
iRacing pace car is down and away. I did just hear Aaron Davidson be warned about his restart zones here. And we will come back in and circle side green flag, and they will fire back off. Racing here again at Gateway, and a great start by Cole Day to the outside, but he will not be able to. Oh, now he's going to actually drive it in a little bit farther on that outside here, trying to get around Aaron Davidson. Day has not led a lap here yet tonight. Pretty side by side on the turn to that back straight away.
If there's one guy out there that can make it work on the outside lane when there's not really any traction up there, it's Cole Day with 99. And here he is into turn 3 and 4. He's actually going to nose him ahead right here through the center of the corner to see who gets to run off the 4 here or win the drag race to the line. And Davidson's going to go around off of turn 4, got loose, and a little bit of help from the 99.
Oh, and then he's going to back up the track, and Brandon Feeney's going to get part of that 03 machine. So that will whip out the caution flag number 5 here for Under the Arc 65. Back under the yellow flag conditions here. That's going to lower it. Greg, you talked about it while we were away under the commercial break about the fuel tonight. I think that pretty much seals the deal.
Yeah, I think so. I mentioned to you that being under caution, those few laps are going to help. But now again, we're going to run, another 4 or 5 laps under caution. Everybody should make it here without any issues.
Let's go back and watch the Aaron Davidson issue here out of turn number 4. Let's go with Bud as he hit Cole Day, banging doors coming out of 4. And then it just looks like the 03 goes sideways, and Cole had nowhere to go. He tried to jack it up, and around goes the 03. And Davidson nosed it into the wall, and it just bounced back up the track. That's when Brandon Feeney had tagged the rear of the Davidson machine. So that's unfortunate. Aaron Davidson, a strong 03 here tonight.
Yeah, really good truck. I think kind of goes back to he could sense Cole Day running him pretty hard, and he felt the competition there. I think he might have got just a little bit greedy on the throttle pedal coming out of the corner there and set himself a little loose.
Let's go back and watch the Aaron Davidson machine once again here. That's right on board with Cole Day. Cole Day down to the inside here on turn 3 on-board camera. Here Dave out of the throttle, and Davidson he slid up right in front of Cole Day coming out of turn number 4 there. Davidson goes around. Cole Day takes the race lead, and he actually shuts that motor off instantly, so you can tell we were talking about the fuel. He's still thinking about it.
Yeah, a little extra insurance never hurts anybody. I think if I'm in their shoes, I'm probably going to do the same thing because, again, you never know. Green, white checker, I think we have 2 per race in this league. Get as much help as you can, but I think they should be safe here.
So now take a look back at that timing and scoring, race fans here. We're making it a little bit easier for you. We'll show it on the left-hand side for you. All your drivers here tonight, except for the 23rd place driver. That is Stephen Herman. He is the race control. Our hats are off to Stephen Herman tonight. He was or he is the official race control for the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series. That's not an easy job to have, Greg. That's probably that's harder than being the driver or the guys up here calling left turns.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to a lot of things, but I think the thing that the one thing nobody wants to do, you got to make some of those judgment calls, balls or strikes, and that always means somebody's going to be unhappy with you. But hey, hats off to him. We appreciate his work and all he's doing to make sure we've got us a clean race going.
Yeah, you say balls and strikes, and I played baseball my entire life, and I umpired one time when I was 18 for a game for a bunch of 12-year-olds. I've never seen more mad parents when you call their son out. So I wouldn't want to tell somebody like Kyle Wiggins, who had the internet connection issue, to head to pit road because of your connection. I don't want to make that call. I didn't want to make the out call in baseball. I don't want to make the call here to tell somebody you're at the UL, you're coming down pit road. No thank you. So hats off to Stephen Herman for everything he is doing tonight. But take a look at that, the left-hand side of the screen. Find where your driver is. Look at the biggest mover so far of the race, Nathan Maurer. He has gone through the grass, I think, once or twice tonight in that sim box, number 71, and he will find himself now restarting with a chance to win here tonight at Worldwide Technology.
Yeah, all the way from the outhouse, and he's one more step away from being to the penthouse. So you know that he's excited. I don't know that he's been able to secure a win yet, but if he wants to get it done tonight, he is going to have to pack a lunch. He's got his work cut out for him. Cold Day is a man among boys in that truck, and he is going to definitely make you have to earn it from him.
Yeah, Maurer hasn't won a race yet here in the Draft Top Progression Series with Salt Flat. His best finish came just a couple weeks ago at the Dover International Raceway. He finished third that night. He finished fourth at Pocono for his home track, and then USA Dirt, he finished in the fourth position. Lanier on the dirt, he finished fifth. So he does have a handful of top 5 finishes here on the season. Just has not been able to put this Snuff Racing team or the Simbox entry into victory lane.
There's somebody else that's playing the strategy just right. Jose Mejia started 21st. He's up to 5th. We saw him stay out to lead a lap and get a bonus point several cautions back, and he has worked himself back up to the top 5.
So he's having a good run. What about Cody Levitt? He's up 14 positions, running there into the 6th position here with under 10 laps to go. He has spun it around, I don't know. I think he's been caught up in just about everything but going to get ice cream yet tonight.
Yeah, he definitely gets the award for the most crashes with the least amount of damage, because that truck, it may not be spotless, but it's pretty close to it. He could buff it out pretty good tonight and run it again tomorrow if he had to.
Well, they didn't even have time to finish painting this Golden Knights machine. You know, Cody Levitt is out of Las Vegas, so the Vegas Golden Knights, his favorite hockey team. I guess, if I didn't have a hockey team and all of a sudden they came to the desert, I'd probably pick them myself. But unfortunately, I live here in the swamp, hot, humid sauna of Pennsylvania, and we have 2 hockey teams to pick from, and, well, I don't watch either of them.
What's hockey?
Exactly. I know what NASCAR is, I know what racing is, and, I mean, we obviously talked about balls and strikes. I know what baseball is, but what the heck is hockey?
Yeah, I got nothing for you. I think that's where they hit the little, plastic burny thing over the net or something.
Oh, see, I thought it was where they actually had the wooden sticks and hit balls through these little, things, and it was like a course. I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know. Lacrosse is a better sport.
Yeah, let's stick to racing. I think we both got a pretty decent handle on that.
Left turn.
Fast.
Left turn. I think we're overqualified for this job.
Yeah, clearly.
But we're going to come back into the Surfside green flag zone here once again at Gateway. We're at Worldwide Technology Park. Going to be Cold Day, Nathan Maurer, Tim Combs, Brandon Crossland here. 6 laps to go. Will we take this green flag here tonight? Green flag is back out as we hit the Surfside green flag. Now Cold Day got a good start down to the inside. It looks like he got a better start than what the 03 did. Can he clear the 71 of Maurer? Maurer's going to get a great restart on the outside. Cold Day was sideways. Jose Mejia trying to catch new race leader Nathan Maurer with 6 laps to go. Will take over the race lead as Tim Combs is trying to follow him, but Cold Day will fire that 99 Rockstar entry down into the inside of turn number 3 and 4. He'll come out. Going to be 5 laps to go at the flag stand here for Nathan Maurer.
Officially outhouse to penthouse for the 71. He made a heck of a move from 1 and 2 on the outside lane. I mentioned on the last restart Cold Day being one of those guys to watch making something happen, but he pulled that one out of a hat. We got a crash in turn 1.
Looks like Ivor Kohlhaas in the Bearded Struggle out of Western Tennessee has gone around, and he had a very strong number 29 here tonight, so that'll be the 6th caution, I believe, here, if the tally marks are correct on the old paper.
He got a little bit of help there. I believe the old 46 had a little message to send to the 29.
Down into turn number 1, it looks like Mejia tries to drive it in. Oh, maybe a little net code also. I'm not sure if Mejia was exactly there. We'll have to ride on board and catch this wreck coming down into turn number 1. But he definitely came in a little bit hot, more than what the Bearded Struggle was ready to go down into turn 1. That truck is looking like it's going to struggle the rest of the way. Let's wind this back here. With him. Yeah, maybe just a little slight tap there from the 46 of Jose Mejia, but it was definitely close when Ivor Kohlhaas took it around.
Yeah, I think there was just a slight little touch there. Looking at the replay, I don't think it was intentional. Just a little bit of a bump there. Trying to stay close to him was the 46 of Mejia, and those things happen.
Yeah, I talked to Mejia just the other week here on the iRacing.com platform. Stand-up guy, and it looks like he's going to take blame for that one. He's just going to bring it straight down to pit road. But this will take us to overtime number 1 here tonight. So Mejia will tag the rear of the field. This is a perfect opportunity to take 4 tires for him, since he's going to have to start so far back. Maybe he can outside some of these drivers that are on the older tires. But now, think about what we just saw in that last restart. We saw Cole Day get stuck to the bottom, and Nathan Maurer able to go around the outside. Now it's going to be reverse roles here. Maurer is going to have to start to the inside, and Day will be to the outside, I believe. I don't believe there is a lane choice rule here in the Draft Top Progression Series.
But even if there were, do you want to risk it? You know, I feel like based off of every restart we've seen tonight, that was basically pulling the rabbit out of the hat. You know, that was a once in a race type of a run that he got. Maybe he can do it again. Maybe he knows something that we don't. But that was just a monster run. My thought, take the inside. Does he run a half a lane higher and force Cole that much higher up the track and see if maybe he can throw him off a little bit that way?
You definitely could. I mean, you're the inside car. You're the control car also. So, I mean, there's so many things right now, if you're in the Maurer camp, that are going through your heads of what do you do. I know I would not like to be on top of the pit box. I know I've been in those situations inside the driver's seat, and at this point, I know my hands are sweaty, my knees are clanking, and I'm glad it's not me tonight here at Gateway, because I know I would definitely screw up turn number 1 if I was behind the wheel of that 71 Simbox machine.
Yeah, but as a driver, this is the type of situation that you live for. You know, you just want to have a spot, have a shot at the win, get yourself to the end. You survive the race. It's no holds barred at this point. I don't mean that in the sense of, hey, let's go out and just clean everybody out. But we're here to win a race. We're not here to ride around and, you know, if we do a little rubbing, trading paint, so be it. But this is what you ask for. You know, the butterflies, the feelings that you get, especially for Nate. He's up for the front. Hasn't won a race in this league before. You mentioned a couple close finishes. You know he's hungry. Definitely going to be a good time to watch the end of this.
So to be Maurer, then it'll be Cole Day, Tim Combs, Brandon Crosland, Cody Levitt, Josh Buckley still battling up here, Donald Bennett still up here, Fernandez Lopez back into the 8th position, Clauder is 9th, and Hunter Reynolds is into the 10th spot. Quincy Atkins, after being caught up in that wreck, he is back out onto the speedway. There you see him in the 75. He is going to restart into the 11th position with a little bit fresher tires than a lot of the guys that are in front of him. Aaron Davidson will restart behind him in the old wooden sides. He's got fresher tires than everybody else ahead of him, along with Brandon Massey. Doug Neal back here actually has probably the oldest tires out of the crew outside the top 10. He keeps the Simbox machine out here, though. He'll start in 14th. Ivor Kohlhaas does stay on the lead lap, but he's got a ton of damage. He'll restart into the 15th position. And I believe Jose Mejia will stay on the lead lap and restart the last car on the lead lap into the 16th position.
Yeah, you mentioned Doug Neal having those old tires. Why not come on in and get them? I don't believe there's a tire limit. You got nothing to lose. You know, you could lose 2 spots here, but one of those trucks is tore all to pieces. Hey, give it a shot. See what happens. We got 3 green, white checkers coming up. We got maybe as many as 6 laps.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot. What do you really have to lose? I mean, you said it, 2 spots is nothing. You're going to pick those up, especially on the last lap when all the hecticness breaks out. You know it's coming sooner or later. The gloves are going to come off, and when the white flag flies, I think at that point, I think that's where tonight's going to get a little bit crazy. See if the iRacing pace car lights do go out. Here it is on Ford. Let's see if they brake or just turn off. I believe they're going to turn off, so we're going to get that 1 lap to go, and we will go back racing here tonight.
And Tim Combs is sitting there in 3rd place in that 88 Mopar Chevrolet. That's such a weird thing to say. Just licking his chops, you know. Not wanting to see anything bad happen, but just thinking, hey, what kind of magic can he make on these last 2 laps?
So Maurer to the inside with Day to the outside. Then it's Combs and Crossland. Then it'll be Levitt and Buckley, your first 3 rows here tonight. It'll be a green-white checker attempt number 1 coming at us. So it'll be green-white checker, obviously, here tonight. Everybody loves a little extra racing on Tuesday night. Why not?
Just because the price of admission to the show was free doesn't mean we don't want to see some extra.
Exactly. iRacing.com Ford Mustang will peel off the raceway, and we will go back racing. It's going to be just 2 laps the distance here. Green-white checker attempt number 1 here is the surface side. Green flag coming back in the air, and here we go. Everybody up through the gearbox. Race down to turn number 1. Cole Day going to get 1 heck of a restart on the outside. He'll actually have the nose on Nathan Maurer going into turn number 1, but he's going to slide up the track. Can he get the power back down? Here comes Maurer fighting back. It looks like Day will actually clear the 71 down the back straightaway.
Dick will look to the inside for a brief second, but now Cody Levitt's going to come in, take him 3 wide for 3rd into turn 3. This is all going to allow Cole Day to get ahead, get away. Brandon Carlson way up the track in 3 and 4. He's going to lose a couple spots here, but it's all Cole Day coming to the white flag.
It's going to be the butt kicker. 1 lap to go here at Gateway. We got the final lap of racing. It is Cole Day running for the hills. Here comes Maurer down to the inside because he had to block to protect Tim Combs to get there. Combs is going to be able to get to the outside of the sim box 71. Maurer was sideways out of turn number 2. Now here comes Crossland as Combs got around it. Who will finish 3rd here tonight? Cole Day just got to get back around here, and he will pick up another one. Contact from Maurer to the back of Crossland. He's going to drift it. Here comes Fernandez. He's going to take up 3rd, but coming out of turn number 4 for the final time here as the Rays Energy Drink checkered flag is in the air. Cole Day will pick up his 4th win of the season in the Progression Series.
How did they not crash it on that last lap? I have no idea. They all kept it pointed in the right direction, but what a race for Roy Fernandez. I just mentioned to you a few minutes ago that I thought his night was over with, and he's going to pull out a podium.
Cole Day, though, going to be the big winner here tonight, and he's so excited he just knows the Rockstar machine straight into the outside wall there.
He wasn't planning on using that truck anymore. We're going to Xfinity cars next week, Roger.
That's true. I mean, he can take the rest of the year off for that truck. They can just stuff it into the corner of the garage and completely forget about it. Fireworks going off down the back straightaway. Race fans, you don't want to miss the end of the interviews here tonight, which will be brought to us by DraftTop.com. The post-race show coming up here in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Hear what these guys have to say at the DraftTop.com post-race show. You're going to hear from Cole Day, Tim Combs, and Roy Fernandez. Stick around, and we'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Welcome back here, race fans, to the Worldwide Technology Raceway. I almost said it again to end the night here at the Gateway Raceway, but it is not Gateway. It is Worldwide Technology Raceway here for the Under the Arch 65 for the Draft Top Progression Series. This is your DraftTop.com post-race show here, and I've officially caught up with your winner here tonight. Cole, it was a win that you had to work for. This one was not handed to you in any way. Where did you come from in those final laps to put yourself in a position to win this one?
I think just having some good pitch strategy, able to get some track position before all them cautions started coming, so I was already in front of all the wrecks, so I didn't have to worry about getting caught up in them, and I was just ahead of them, and I was just able to stay in front of them the whole rest of the race and hold everyone else off.
Now, we saw you have to really battle. Like I said, right here on this restart as we watch it back, Nathan Maurer got to the outside of you. Were you worried at that point when he got around you and had set sail at that point before the caution flag? Did you have any strategy to try and get back to him?
I don't know. I think he may have had a little bit better tires than me, so I was content with riding in second and just getting a solid finish for trying to regain some points in the championship. But once that next caution came out, I knew the outside was a great place to be on restart, so I knew I had a really good shot as long as we were able to keep it clean, and was able to just get lucky and not have another yellow where he would have the advantage on the next one, and was able to win it tonight.
Yeah, able to park it in victory lane for your fourth time, but talk about that final restart there. I mean, you had to fire off with Maurer there, and then you had to do it again. Did you learn anything from that Maurer restart when he got around you that you applied?
Just to get on the gas as soon as you could and try to get an even start with him, because we had to wait till the green in this series. So just to get an even start to at least be able to stay with him and have your truck there so they can't take the outside line. So as long as you were able to do that, I felt like you can at least have a good run off and be able to capitalize on coming off the corner and having the momentum on the high side.
Well, and you were definitely able to do that here tonight, Cole, and congratulations on that. But Cole, this is the final time we're going to whip out the old Gander Outdoor trucks. Just next week, we're going to start a whole new adventure into the Progression Series. We're going to head to the Talladega Super Speedway with the Xfinity cars. Are you ready to go Xfinity car racing after this truck?
Yeah, I think I like the Xfinity car a little more than these. Just really drive it a little bit more on the edge compared to these trucks. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to going to a super speedway and running in a big pack with all these guys.
Well, it's been good racing so far this season here, Cole. You picked up your fourth win here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Who do you got to thank here? As I roll the red carpet out, hand you the mic, I'll back up because I know Roy coughed on the mic last week and gave it corona.
Always got to thank teammates, Cody and Josiah and Donald and TeamSpeak. Always great to have in the air throughout the race. You guys up in the booth for always doing great broadcasts. All the admins and race control for keeping everyone in line during the races because it gets a little heated sometimes. And just keeping everyone together, coming back each and every week.
Well, there you heard it from your winner here tonight, the number 99 Rockstar Energy Drink Machine of Cole Day, going to pick up his fourth win of the season. Congratulations to that whole crew. They are now at the King of the Mountain with 4 wins. See if Kyle Wiggins can rebound just next week and pick up his fourth to tie Cole Day once again, but that'll have to be done at the Talladega Super Speedway. Greg, though, I believe you have caught up with the man that drives the awkwardly combination number 88.
Yeah, I've got Tim Combs here, the driver of the Mopar Chevrolet. Still waiting on an explanation on how that works out. But congratulations, second place finish. We know that's not quite what you had in mind when you started out tonight. Everybody wanted to get that win. But you had a really solid race. You did a good job. Tell us about that pit strategy there a few cautions back that set you up here. We saw you come in to top off. How close were everybody on the fuel there at the end?
Well, as far as my Mopar, it's I'm a Dodge guy, so we don't have any Dodge cars inside the Truck Series or the Cup Series anymore. So have that Mopar scheme, just showing my roots. As far as the pit strategy, didn't really have anything in mind. I spun pretty early, just tried to run out as many laps as I could, and I just kind of fell into the right spot. Fell in the third. Position was probably the best thing you could have on the track. and you could see, I kind of got up to third and stuck there, and well, it doesn't help when we had a bunch of cautions, but I was kind of happy where I finished. I wasn't the fastest, but kind of held off and finished second.
Yeah, you brought it up talking about all those cautions that kept coming out. Several accidents tonight on that back half of the race. But I look at your truck, a little bit of damage on the right rear, but overall, that's a pretty clean truck. How did you manage to keep it clean and keep it pointing in the right direction all night?
Well, like I said, I kind of spun early and then just kind of took it pretty easy. Like I said, I was not the fastest, so I was just kind of riding around there and, kind of avoided all the other wrecks, and like I said, just kind of fell into my lap where I was at.
You had a good show there, or a good seat to the show there at the end, starting third and able to improve that one spot. What more did you need to get around the 99 a cold day?
Honestly, I probably just needed some more track time because, I kind of got in here and did some practice laps and trying to figure out the shifting. And, obviously when you shift on tracks, it's kind of hard to get off the corners easily unless you've ran a couple laps and at least know the grooves. But just probably needed to get some more exit speed. I was kind of catching him, but he was just too far ahead.
Well, it was a good time. We enjoyed watching you and watching the race tonight. You guys put on a great show as always. We'll give you the mic, give you a chance. Who do you got to thank for helping you out there?
I'm just kind of by myself, but I'd like to thank my wife for sitting by me and watching me sit here and finish second for my first time. I want to thank you guys because you guys do a great job, and look forward to the rest of the season.
Alrighty, good luck next week when we start the Xfinity stuff. Roger?
Yeah, I've caught up with now your third place finisher, and race fans, it's not an easy night at all when you have to work from the front to the back and then work yourself all the way back. Roy, tell us about your very adventurous night with this black number 3. It looked like a very strong truck.
Yeah, no, I definitely think we had a really good truck tonight. We started in second place and just kept up there the whole time. Position was key on this race, and I was just trying to get out front and stay out front as best as I could. Once we had to start cycling through and change, we obviously fell back a little bit, and then a couple cautions came out. Those restarts really, when people get together, crammed up, cautions breed cautions. So more and more of those packed up, and then got a little bit involved in an accident there. Clipped, I think it was Ira in his rear when he got loose, and it kind of sent us into the grass and everything. But I was luckily able to keep it off the wall and keep the car in decent enough shape to keep going. And when I got the EOL, I was able to kind of get some optional repairs that I had previously to get the car better aerodynamics for the remaining of the race.
Yeah, it looked like this truck was very strong off of turn number 4. We saw there on the closing laps, you were still able to keep a very, I don't want to say very quick, but you still had race pace built up in this Chevrolet, and you brought it home into the third position. What did you need? I mean, obviously you restarted, I think that final restart right around the 7th position, and work yourself to third is really good, but trying to get back to the race lead, what would that have taken here tonight? I mean, obviously more laps, really.
Oh, 100% more laps, but honestly, you saw the first half of the race. I could not get around Davidson. It's just so hard on this track. Especially when you got two people that run that fast, that quick around the track. Unless if you're out front, or if I move them out the track, which I obviously don't want to do. It's just more laps and potentially moving them up, but that's not something that we're trying to work on the whole race or the whole league or season. So,
but all in all, when you really break things down here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway after tonight, it's going to be some good points here tonight. You're going to lose a couple to Cole Day, who wins it here, but you came in third, 20 points out of that championship lead. Actually, you're ahead of Cole, so you're probably going to come out as a wash here tonight. It's got to feel pretty good knowing that you're going to head to the Talladega Super Speedway where anything can happen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Coming out with this third place finish, I got very lucky, especially where the leaders turned out. Second place and first place in the championship points where they turned out in this race was really fortunate for me to move up. Cold Day wins it again. Congratulations to him. That's his 4th win of the season. I gotta aspire to be like that as well. Just gotta get a little bit more patience and more luck. And I can't wait for Talladega, man. I love me some super speedway racing.
Well, Roy, before we let you go, who do you got to thank for another podium finish here tonight?
I got to thank my fiance, Marissa Dahlem. I got to thank Bromley, Bennett, Herman for Race Control, Turn 3 Network. You guys do a phenomenal broadcast. I watch it every time after the race. So thank you all.
Well, there you heard it from your top 3 finishers here tonight. Roy Fernandez going to be able to battle back. He's going to come home 3rd, but nobody was able to finish ahead of the man who's just been, I guess you want to call it dominating at this point. Greg Cole's going to win his 4th race of the season.
Yeah, I think somebody needs to protest his engine, have somebody tear it down, see if he's got 8 or 10 cylinders or something. That man always finds a way to be at the end. And I kid, I jest. He's a great driver. But it's fun to have somebody like that, even if you don't like to get beat all the time, but somebody that good to measure yourself up against. It's a good time racing with him, and he's done a great job.
Yeah, it definitely makes you try and put in a little more extra work. A little seat time never hurt anybody. Cold Day wins another one. Congratulations to that whole crew. Let's take a quick look here, see if we can get our results here tonight for this race. For Under the Arch 65, there's your results, your top 18 on your screen. Find where your favorite driver does finish here tonight. But, Greg, it was another great race. A lot of green flag racing. The end may have been kind of merged with a little bit of those yellow flags. But all in all, tonight at Gateway, Worldwide Technology Raceway, was a good one. And I think that's going to lead into a good showing at Talladega if these drivers were able to run at this very awkwardly shaped egg, if you will, track all the way to those high banks at Talladega where we could possibly see 3-4 wide.
Yeah, the best thing these drivers can do about what they learned tonight is forget every piece of it, because not a single thing is going to apply next week. Everything is going to change. It's going to be a really great show, 3-4 wide at different times. Would be a lot of fun, and I can't wait for it to get started next Tuesday night.
Well, race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight. That was your post-race show brought to us by DraftTop.com. Of course, go over to DraftTop.com right now. Get your Draft Top bar tool while the supplies last, because we all have them here, and we all love them. Of course, we got to thank Ray's Energy Drink, also Butt Care Servicide, and of course, Uncle Tim. Our thoughts, our prayers are still thinking about Uncle Tim every time we strap into the race cars here. But that's going to do it here from the Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Gander Outdoor Trucks, they are done for the rest of the season. Next week, we head to Talladega, where we're going to whip out the Xfinity car for the first time. The Xfinity car is going to head to Talladega, then we go to Bristol for the night race at Bristol, and we will finish off the Xfinity Series at the Atlanta Motor Speedway before we head to the other high bank super speedway of the Daytona International, where we whip out the Cup car. So for everybody at the Draft Top Progression Series, Salt Flat Racing, and us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, I'm Roger Muth, that's Greg O'Berry, and we hope that you stay safe, race fans, and we can't wait to see you right back here.